All right, everybody, welcome out to the Log Room Guys Craft Beer Show. It is Tuesday, February the 15th, 2022. Jersey Johnny coming at you. And with me, as always, is none other than Mr. Beer Samurai. Say hello, Mr. Samurai.
Hey, guys.
What the hell are you eating tonight?
Biltong.
What?
Biltong. It's like jerky, but softer.
Oh, Biltong. Right. I'm like...
Biltong.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Biltong. This is the piri-piri. Chili flavor.
Nice.
Oh. That's a good piece right there.
There you go.
Oh, it's also, I'm supposed to be doing something, aren't I, rather than eating? You don't eat
You're supposed to be doing something. I mean, that's just like, we're not going to watch you eat and talk about what you're
That's the way we start every
eating
show.
from Brooklyn. Well, no, I know, but you're usually talking while you're doing it. You got a mouthful of something in your mouth.
I shouldn't be talking while I eat. That's rude.
Well, that's you every Tuesday night at 6:30.
That's true. It is Extraterrestrial Culture Day.
Extraterrestrial Culture Day. Happy Extraterrestrial Culture Day. Now, you told me that before. We put it up on the screen, but I got to ask you, what the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
Extraterrestrial Culture Day. So,
but you heard
the
the
culture of an extraterrestrial is the day.
You can take that and make beer with it, I guess.
Okay, fair enough.
That kind of culture? No, it's not that kind of culture.
No, that's not the culture we're talking about.
But you heard the sirens earlier.
Yeah.
And I did see a kid on a bicycle with something in his basket going by. And then it just flew off.
It just flew right off. Was it?
I don't know if
was it eating Reese's Pieces or?
We left a trail of Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces. Yeah, all right, fine.
Yeah. I don't know if my shirt counts as extraterrestrial. It's supposed to be Cthulhu.
I gotcha.
I think he comes from the stars. Maybe extraterrestrial.
That's pretty good. And that's that famous. What is that? That's the famous wave painting with something else in it, though, right?
Yeah, that's the wave with Cthulhu in it.
Cthulhu in it. Yeah, there you go.
This is the moon.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. I can show you another.
I was going to say, please don't show me the other moon you got. I really don't want to see that. All right, so it's also something else today, right?
Yeah, it's National Hippo Day.
National Hippo Day. So happy hippo.
Okay. Yeah, we got nothing for today's dates.
We got nothing.
It
really sucked today. It was a bad day. Was anything good yesterday or tomorrow? I mean, what the hell?
It was St. Skeletor's Day today, and I forget what show that's from. Is that from Parks and Rec?
I believe so, yeah.
Right.
So. Well, don't go crazy. If it's nothing that's right there.
Well, tomorrow's National Do a Grouch a Favor.
Do a what?
Do a grouch a favor.
Do a grouch a favor. I thought you said do a garage a favor. I'm like,
no.
Clean it?
It says do a grouch a favor, and if your shirt's any indication, you're grouchy tonight.
I'm surly tonight, not grouchy tonight.
Oh, that's the difference.
A little bit of a difference. Anyway,
yesterday was Wine Lovers Day.
Did you drink any wine?
No, actually I didn't. Right. I do love wine, though.
That's good. All right. Well, whatchamacallit? We should be talking about beer on this podcast, not
we should be.
National Grouchy or Do a Grouch a Favor or me being surly or anything like that. But yeah, surly serves my shirt. Good brewery out in Minneapolis,
mm-hmm.
And the hat's from Cleveland. Actually, you've seen it before.
Yeah, we've seen that before.
Yeah. So anyway, so why don't we, before we dig ourselves any deeper of a hole and go off on any.
We'll put the whole audience to sleep.
Which I think they're already asleep already. So why don't we bring our guests on for the evening?
Well, we did start late.
We had to.
Let's bring our guests straight from the shoulder of the Garden State Parkway.
Straight from the shoulder of the Garden State Parkway. Let's welcome to the show right here. Here we go. Jeff and Greg, both from Heavy Reel Brewing. Jeff, Greg, welcome to the show.
There they are.
Oh, hey, thanks, guys.
Yeah. Jeff Greco and Greg Florance from Heavy Reel Brewing in Seaside Heights, New Jersey. How's it going, guys?
Good, man. How are you guys?
We're having a great night.
Yeah,
for them.
Yeah, it's going good for us. You guys were sitting on the Parkway today, so.
Yeah.
We got Jeff's on the right side of the screen. Greg's to the left. Jeff's on the right.
It depends on where it. Yeah, if you're looking at the screen, Jeff is on the right side of the screen. Greg is on the right side of the screen. Although the way they typed in their names would denote the other way. But
we're all about changing things up and doing a little bit.
Keep everybody on their toes just to make sure they knew what we're talking about. We already got a comment. I wonder who it is. It's Leon Cooper, and he was asleep. That's what he was asleep.
So we put Leon to sleep.
Yeah, no, you put Leon to sleep.
Yeah, you helped.
There you go. Anyway, so what were you guys out doing today that you spent so much time on the shoulder of the Parkway?
Do I get this one?
Silence.
Well, we
I put it to
We put them to sleep too.
most of the morning
Well,
busy as beavers, and then a little bit before we open up the tasting room, we were going to go look at a transit van for delivering purposes.
Sure.
And then I'll hand things off to Jeff, and then we can kind of toss back and forth what
There you
happens.
go.
I guess it's a sign. On the way there, our alternator went on one of our vehicles.
There you
And,
go.
4 hours later and 14 beers later at Buffalo Wild Wings, we finally got back to the brewery.
Well, is it really that bad of a thing? I mean, you spent 4 hours and had 14 beers at Buffalo Wild Wings.
No, because we did some. We had a couple of things on the docket that we needed to accomplish today. We got
Some personal goals that we needed to solve only
There you
nowhere else but the bar stool.
We got one of them accomplished, I think, today.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. All right. Well, before we get into any deep conversation here about the brewery, we're going to hear all about it. But what are you guys drinking? And then we'll open our beers.
So I am drinking Twin Elephant and Conclave Collab IPA.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Nice.
I'm actually drinking our Island Beach Lager.
You are.
Lager, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The rare occasion a lager's been drank on the show.
That's funny.
Yeah, I know. Despite the name.
Where's
Yeah.
I have a PBR following this up somewhere around here.
Oh, there you go.
I actually finished it before we even got on.
Gotcha.
Oh, you drank it. You drank the man's PBR.
I think so. I could have sworn I brought one
It
over.
just went down so easy. You know, I
Unbelievable.
started taking one sip, and then it was just one long sip, and
That's
it was done.
Anyway. On that note, you're drinking a lager. You're drinking Island Beach lager. Dave, what are you drinking?
I actually have a lager.
You have a lager.
It's been a while since I've drank a lager on the show.
I've had a bunch lately.
Captain Lawrence's, let me get out of the light.
There you
Classic
go.
lager.
Classic lager from Captain Lawrence.
Established 2006.
There you go. The classic lager was established 2006?
No, I think Captain Lawrence was.
All right, just making sure.
They've got under lager, not their name, but
Gotcha.
it's a pretty font. It's a pretty font.
It is a nice font. It's a very nice font. I like it.
Big fan.
Very good.
And
I myself.
New York is beautiful, especially this time of year.
Oh yeah, it's just lovely up there.
Far
Absolutely.
from industrial.
This is true. This is true.
What is
Which we call it. I myself, I'm also drinking an Island Beach lager, and I'll show you why. It actually says it right there on the can. See,
Whose handwriting is that?
Island Beach lager.
Oh, that's Jeff's handwriting.
There you go.
You can read it.
It
That's how you know it's
It
an Island.
actually says Island Beach label.
Island Beach label. No,
Yeah, did you read it?
no, it says lager.
It
It's
looks
just
like
the
label.
G looks like a B. There you go.
That looks like label to me.
I mean, for Heavy Reel, that's the best handwriting you're going to get for
Honestly, yeah.
and the people that work there.
There you go. So let me
It's
pour
3 out of
this.
3 reels for handwriting.
3 out of 3 reels. I like it. All right, there we go. Perfect. Fits in my glass. Nice. Perfect. All right, I'm definitely got it. That's definitely getting. That's going on Instagram. That particular. I mean, it's a handwritten label. You can't get better than that. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Staff pours, baby.
And there's a little bit of mystery that's involved, too. Makes it very exciting.
Exactly. You're not quite sure. I mean, is it really Island Beach Lager, or did he just put that on some empty can?
Here, if you put it up to the screen, we'll let you know.
There you go. All right.
Oh, still can't tell. Never mind.
There you go. Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Oh, that's a tasty lager. Very nice. Well done. All right. So on that note, we got our beers out of the way. As we drink them, why don't we start off with the standard question we ask everybody. We'll start with Jeff, though. And you both can answer it, obviously. Jeff, what was the first craft beer you can ever remember having?
Cherry Wheat, Sam Adams, for sure.
Sam Adams
No
Cherry.
way, really? Oh, yeah, me too.
Really?
Is that 2 weeks in a row with Cherry Week?
I think it is, actually.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a totally ridiculous style, too. But we had a buddy in college that he would get us a 30-pack of Keystone Light, and then he would get us Cherry Wheat, a 6-pack that me and my buddy could watch The Office and play Halo 3 to.
It's like a little medicinal to me now, but
I actually was looking for it a couple weeks ago.
Were you really?
I see it on the road sometimes.
Yeah, for nostalgic purposes. It wasn't
Oh, sure.
anything scientific. Actually, Heavy Reel's the cherry wheat's coming out in a couple weeks.
Well, the
Yeah,
tax-
we did a real big batch of it. It's going to be 600 barrels.
Oh, you're doing 600 barrel batch, are you?
Yeah, we're going to do a 600 barrel batch of it, distributed all over the East Coast.
Very nice.
I got a question for you, Greg, and it's actually a tax question. If you've made it all the way through Halo 3, can you claim to be a veteran on your taxes?
I really don't think so.
No? Okay.
Yeah, I really don't.
We'll just checking.
All right.
It just came up like half an hour
It just
ago.
came up. I did it. Is that what it was? All right, that's good. So 600 barrel batch. That's cool. So how many turns did you have to do to get to fill the 600 barrel tank?
A lot.
1,200. We're brewing 0.5 barrels.
I was gonna say half barrel batch every time. That's great. All right. That's what.
Well, wait a second. They broke one of the rules.
Well, what's that?
Math is not allowed on the show.
That is true. That is true.
Oh,
but
none of this is
ironically,
real.
we all just did math and very easily without any hesitation, and we got it right too.
You guys did. I didn't do any math. My mind just went blank.
Jeff's still good.
There you go.
We all have a demerit.
There you go. We have demerits, absolutely,
We have
because
Someone
we
calls
know the rule. They didn't
someone
know the
can
rule.
Do the math.
They didn't know the rule. They didn't know the rule.
Oh, ignorance of the law is no excuse.
This is true. Anyway, all right. What first got you guys into, the business side, other than just obviously drinking a beer or whatever? What first made you say, this is something I really want to pursue, as a?
What was your first job in the business?
There you go. What's your first job in the business?
You go first.
Yeah. So my first job was I sent a resume to every brewery that was in business at that time. That was like reasonably like an hour and a half away.
Mm-hmm.
So my first job was a brewer for Hearthstone Grill in Jamesburg that went out of business. I brewed my first beer there. I think it was on like day 7 of fermentation, and they went out of business. So the beer never went on tap. So then my real first job was apprenticing at Little Dog in Neptune City with Gretchen.
There's a good place to learn.
It's a great place to learn. There you go. And Gretchen is a great learner.
Yeah. Yeah, she's trained a bunch of us New Jersey breweries. Now I know Travis came after me. He went to Brick City.
Yep.
And now he's down in Charlestown Fermentory. So, 2 of us now have gone on to greener pastures.
There you go. Very nice. Very nice. And Gretchen's been on the show, too. Just almost a year ago now she's been on the show. But
She's awesome. She's the shit.
yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah. She is a state treasure.
There you go. Greg, what about you?
So I got my start at Departed Souls in Jersey City, helping out in the tasting room, then working under Brian Cass, etc. at Ironheart,
Mm-hmm.
and then getting into the tasting room at Kane, and then brewing at Magnify up in North Jersey. So I worked there for kind of from the ground up. So with my experience at Ironheart, I kind of learned what the layout of a brewery was. And Eric Ruda was so nice to bring me on as a part of the team to kind of learn from the ground up, start by cleaning tanks, and then work my way up to actually making wort. And then that got me to where I am today.
There you go. And as everybody knows, cleaning tanks is 90% of brewing. So,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, if not more.
For sure.
Yes, it's a glorified gender position.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The few hours you spend making the brewing the beer, you're cleaning a lot more than it. So anyway, all right, what was the initial, Jeff? What was the initial inspiration for wanting to? I mean, did you know you wanted to open a brewery? Was that your end game all along, or is it just something that like you're working for Gretchen, you're working with Gretchen, and you're like, you know what? I want to do something. I want to do something like this. What was it?
No, so honestly, I was offered kind of another position from another brewery. I just wanted to be a brewer. I was teaching full time at the time. I wanted to get into brewing. I wanted to do a career change. That job kind of never came to fruition. So I was apprenticing. And at that point, I already kind of made up my mind. I'm going to do my own thing. I just want to understand, the basics, past home brewing first, like how to clean kegs, how to make a schedule for brewing, how to the grain orders, how to essentially run a small brewery. Because at that time, I still wanted to be, quote unquote, small brewery. So I was really just looking at gaining experience to run a small brewery, and I guess I don't know. I guess I just kind of wanted to do my own thing, and that's what made it happen.
Gotcha. Dave, you have to go somewhere? Is somebody blowing the horn for you? Or
I'm about to open that window and yell, shove that horn up your ass.
I thought your ride was there. I mean, we're keeping you from somewhere.
This
That's
is
city life, baby.
And Greg probably.
Not on Bay Ave and Tom's River.
Yeah, Greg's probably aware of that up here. If you sit at a light for 1 millimeter of a second, one microsecond, they're on their horn.
Yeah, I was in the central. I was on Congress and Central, and that was high time for a red light and someone beeping at someone else. Not to mention incredibly loud music.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a prerequisite for being stopped behind somebody at a red light in a city, right? One hand has to be at 9 o'clock on the wheel. The other hand has to be right above the horn,
Or over here.
Yeah, ready to go.
Yeah.
Right, or over it.
or just your knee on the wheel, the finger out the window, and the hand on the horn. Ready? Yeah.
I like that one video where the light turns green. The guy behind him automatically blows the horn.
Right.
The guy gets out and starts dancing to Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Do you remember?
And that's the song he's dancing to.
There you go.
It's like, yeah, I don't know if I have the balls to do that next time that happens.
That's funny.
Nice try.
It'd be fun.
I did it once when I was probably 18 or 19. Stupid, right? I'm sitting at a light.
Like 150 years ago.
Yeah, all right, thanks. All right, yeah.
135.
Feels that way anyway. So I'm sitting at a light, and the light changes green, and literally, with the light, the horn gets blown right from behind me, and it's not late at night.
What show that again,
It's the
Jeff?
actual label. So.
Well, that's the actual label.
That's the actual label.
There it is.
There you go.
A candle on a skull. I like it.
Exactly. And it was like light change and the horns at the same time. It's like the light controlled the guy behind me's horn, right? So I don't know what possessed me. I just put the car in. Actually, I had a stick. Put the car in neutral, put the brake on, got out of the car, walked back, and I said, "Can I help you?" He says, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like, "You blew the horn. I figured you wanted something, right?" I was like, "I wouldn't do that now, but I don't know what possessed me to do that." And he looked at me. He didn't know what to say. He was like, he didn't get mad or anything. He was like, "Did he just do that?" So I just got back in the car and I went.
I wouldn't do that in Union City.
I wouldn't do that in Union City. That was in Nutley, actually, when I did that.
Oh, yeah, you can get away with that.
You can go away with Nutley.
Oh, it's a different world now.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. So when you first started, Heavy Reel, when you first started the initial plans and everything else, how long did it take to actually open?
I think it was about a year to the day.
Really?
Yeah, it was. You always hear this horror stories of, it took us 2 years, it took us 3 years. I think when we opened, it was kind of right after the craft beer, like the New Jersey craft brewery boom, but kind of right when it was still like easy to open. So a year to the day. We were small too, so we opened on a 2.5 barrel system, so it wasn't like too much stuff to do.
Right.
But yeah, about a year. We also had some issues with the town that delayed it, so it should have been less than a year, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah, because your building was up and your sign was up before you opened.
Yeah,
Right.
we opened I think April 13th. Yeah, Friday the 13th in April 2018. And I think the St. Patty's Day parade was like, I want to say March 11th, and we were ready to open in February, and we wanted to open for St. Patty's Day, and the town paperwork just sometimes disappears and gets lost. And
Right.
Yeah, I knew you were ready in February because I for years I did the polar bear plunge.
yeah, so we missed.
Down in Seaside?
So we missed
Yeah.
that. Yeah, we.
Are you doing it this year?
No, not this year, but maybe next year.
All right, maybe next year I'll be there.
Maybe
We-
not.
There you go.
We need a craft beer plunge team.
Yeah, we do. We'll do that.
Oh, you do? Where do you plunge?
No, we gotta get
one.
Oh, you got to get one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta get one together.
Well,
Greg's
the
on
good
the-
thing about
Greg's on
that is
the
you
team.
could just everybody bring
I'm in.
beer. And
I'm
you just
in.
bring a
You have
bunch of
3 guys
high
at
ABV
your
bottles so
grill,
you can drink them beforehand so you don't feel the cold as much.
Well, it's
Yeah.
well, actually, all the bars are open at what 9 in the morning.
They have to be.
Yeah.
9 or 8.
Otherwise,
I think
you
we
get
need-
hypothermia if you don't get wasted right afterwards.
Yeah, you need. Well, they open up early so you can get a little antifreeze in you,
That's true, right?
and also some liquid courage for those who.
Vodka, it takes
Little both.
It has below freezing temperatures.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I remember coming out of the surf. We dried off. We were looking for a bar, and I said, "Oh, I saw this one brewery. Are they open?" And you guys still had, I think, paper on the window even.
Yep.
You know what? I mean,
Right.
for years, I did at least 2 or 3 polar bear plunges.
Polar bear plunges?
Polar bear, yeah. Polar bear plunges. And what I mean by doing polar bear plunges, I mean watched them on TV. You know, just like saw them go and just had a beer while I was Fuck that.
Well, no, I'm not even going to say what Leon calls it.
No, don't do that.
No, I'm not going to do that.
No. Anyway,
He's more than free to comment what he refers to it as. I keep trying to get him to do it. He won't do it with me.
No. So, all right, Jeff, you before we get to Greg, how long were you? That was a 2.5 barrel system you had.
Yep.
How long were you there before you realized, okay, yeah, I need to be somewhere bigger?
So we opened right before the first summer. I would say about a year and a half in.
I thought you were gonna say about a week and a half.
No, a year and a half. About a year and a half in. Probably after the second summer, I was starting to get like a little burnt out. You know, I was like still. It wasn't sustainable enough to do it full time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was still working full time, coaching high school sports full time, doing the brewery full time. So it took about a year and a half, and I was like a little, starting to get burnt out from it.
Right.
And we had an opportunity come up to purchase a building. So my business partner and I took a leap to do it. We bought the building, and then COVID obviously had a huge impact on opening the new spot.
Sure.
That was another year and a half project, and 15 years off my life in humanity. And but here we are, and there's not a day that I don't show up to the new spot and don't feel like it was the right decision.
Oh, sure.
It's just we drove past the old building today, and I said I don't miss it. For 1 second.
So, what did you teach?
I taught high school phys ed.
Phys ed, and what did you coach?
Football.
Football. Head coach, defense, offense, lineman.
I was a varsity tight end coach and offensive coach.
There you go. In Tom's River or
Up north.
up north?
Yeah, that was the other thing. I lived an hour away from the brewery, so
Lovely.
it was teaching full time, coaching full time, 2-hour commute every day, brewing till 1 o'clock in the morning, waking up at 5.
Right.
Doing it all over again. So it was a grind for sure.
Hell yeah.
That's kind of what made it. Sustainability was really what made me want to go to the next step. Have like something where, I could have a career out of. I could have, my friends have a career out of, and make it a sustainable business.
Sure. Absolutely. No, it's definitely a smart thing. Greg, when did you come on board?
So I came on board at the beginning of June.
June 8th.
So
I only know for one reason.
Why
was that?
What's that? That was the first
collab, and I was super hungover your first day.
It was
June 8th
so
of which year?
Jeff had passivated all the equipment before I started,
Gotcha.
and I was on a bit of a hiatus with my wife, just kind of celebrating a long vacation, moving from one job to another.
Oh, hiatus with your wife, not from. Okay.
You're on a hiatus
Enjoy
with,
ourselves.
not from, with your wife, yeah.
And Jeff is sending pictures and videos of passivating all the equipment and getting everything prepped and ready to go. And I'm feeling more and more confident about the first day. And then June 8th hits. And we had some growing pains, but
So we had
it was a collab our first day.
Ben from Fourscore came up from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So I had to show him, around the Jersey Shore a little bit.
Sure.
And
You have to. I mean,
midsummer too. It's June. It's like Friday night, June 8th.
oh, sure.
So Texted him that night. I was like, tomorrow's gonna be a little rough. I don't know if we're gonna brew, but
yeah. So I went up to Vermont and Maine, and back to Vermont, and then back to Jersey. And then that weekend we were in Belmar, and I was like, all right, really gearing up for the first day. And then I get a text message from Jeff at like 11 o'clock. Heads up, don't show up until probably about like 10 or 11, because we're going to, and also we're going to be super hungover. Not because we're going to be super hungover.
We will.
And we will be super hungover. And it was an interesting day because I'd gone in a few days prior to just check out the equipment that we're going to have, and obviously didn't have a chance to get all the mechanics running and work with the pumps and stuff. But the first day was a bit of a learning experience. Obviously, Ben at Fourscore is an incredibly great guy because he was walking us through some processes for how things could work. Mm-hmm. There were times that he was right, we were wrong. He was wrong, we were right. And now, obviously, after a few turns of the system, we've kind of figured out our stride.
Gotcha.
But, going from, a 2.5 barrel system to a 10 barrel system. And then for me, from a 10 barrel system, that's completely different to a new 10 barrel system.
Right.
There's a lot of different variables that come into play.
Ever since, we've just kept it kind of fun and loose, and that's the way we like to roll.
Gotcha. Now, the 2.5 barrel system you had, was that a steam system too, or was it electric?
No, it's natural gas.
It was natural gas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
There you go. That's cool.
So now we have kind of a hybrid where it's electric and natural gas.
That works.
Yeah.
Very much. All right. So how was it? What was the collab you did?
So like looking back now, the concept wasn't as good as it could be. It was a banana and passion fruit sour. So like those two fruits don't mix too well.
Gotcha.
But it was like one of those collabs. It's like, all right, you pick a fruit, we'll pick a fruit, we'll brew a sour, and I just don't think that combo kind of works.
It's one of the more difficult concepts to scale up to. Yeah. Because with fruited sours, they need to be very heavily fruited. Mm-hmm. And that's something that's a little bit of a trade secret as to how breweries make that happen. And from what Jeff was doing on the small scale system to what we're doing now, there's a lot of big differences that we had to figure out that took more than one turn of the brew house to get to.
It turned out to be one of those beers, either people loved it or they hated it. And the one thing I told Greg when he came on board, I'll always be honest with you. If I don't like something, I'll say it. We don't take it personally. It's just I'm my own hardest critic, and I just didn't really dig the beer. But
I'll say honestly, it was a really good precedent to set, because obviously opening up a new business, a new concept with an expansion, right? You want to make sure that you're being as honest as you possibly can with the entire product. And from the get-go, we were always talking about how much we hated everything that we were making. And we're very pleasantly surprised when people didn't hate it. And I think that we're still really, really hard on ourselves, but that's part of why we get along so well, is that we understand that we're always trying to get better with everything that we're doing. Right. And we're constantly doing tiny tweaks, maybe some big tweaks to some of the sour recipes, some of the IPA recipes, some of the lager recipes, but we're always on the same page that like we're just trying to be critical in the most positive way that we can be, because we want to be out there making some of the best beer that New Jersey has to offer. And we're not trying to lag behind and say that, oh, wow, this IPA was really good, we're never going to change anything. Yeah. And we're constantly moving forward, changing things, using different hops, different grist bills, different yeasts, all these different things to try and make sure that we're doing things that are exciting for us, and also are hopefully exciting for people that are going to be coming to the brewery.
Right. Gotcha.
So that's just like going back to like your homebrew roots. That's how everybody starts. Like everybody.
Yeah, I mean, from Jeff working at the old space, I mean, he had probably 5 or 6 years of brewing experience that you could get at a professional system. if you're brewing 10 barrels of beer at a time, and it takes you however many weeks or months to sell out of everything, he was working a 2.5 barrel system where he could sell out of everything in a weekend.
Right.
And then he could brew again.
And a lot of times he did too.
Being able to work with, like, I have a lot of professional experience in working with the equipment. He has a lot of experience with working with ingredients, and we were just kind of a match made in heaven to be able to figure out how to use a great experience of a wide array of ingredients, a wide array of yeasts and hops and different grist bills for IPAs, sours, lagers, what have you, and then use professional equipment that I have experience with.
Right.
We were just ready to hit the ground running.
That's awesome.
So which lunatic picked banana in that equation?
Ben from
Bend it, yeah. We'll definitely blend it up.
I mean, it's not even a lot.
Is there anything else that you didn't like about it? Because we'll throw it on.
I mean, banana ice cream, that's all Ben. Passion fruit, all Heavy Reel, always.
Always.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
awesome.
whatever. People loved it. They hate it.
Well, banana tends to be a polarizing ingredient in beer.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, especially sours. I feel like in stouts, people are like, banana makes perfect sense. I want more banana. But then when it comes to sours, people are like, whoa.
Like banana Laffy
Very
Taffy
challenging.
To me is the worst disgusting thing.
It's challenging to the palate. And, if there's one thing that beer should not be, especially totally ridiculous and crazy beer, it shouldn't be challenging to the palate.
I agree. So
This is true. This is
one
very
and
true.
done on that one.
That was it.
Not coming back.
Now, but you've done other heavily fruited sours with pomegranate, just not with banana as well.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yep.
Not pomegranate.
Passion fruit.
Passion fruit.
Passion fruit's the way to go. Pomegranate. Some left to be desired.
Passion fruit's also that fruit that like nobody goes to grocery store and comes back with like groceries and busts out a couple passion fruits. So it's like that fruit that nobody in the Northeast really knows, but and
it's true. That's something that makes it a little bit exciting.
So
that like
super
it's something that people mostly enjoy in beverages versus what they're going to enjoy in their acai bowl.
Yeah.
Right.
So where did the name come from?
So the name, so we spent.
From the surfcasters out there on Seaside.
No, so it didn't. So like, like when I was home brewing, my wife and I, now wife, were talking about names for the brewery, and I always said I was opening up a brewery, and we spent months trying to figure out a brewery name. Where I was just like, we just need to pick something and roll with it and go on to the next step. Like we're spending way too much time and effort thinking of a name. So one day I was at work, and I was looking through like an old photo album that had like I took pictures of an old photo album and put them on my phone. I saw this picture of my grandfather fishing, and it's up in the brewery now. If you go in the tasting room, there's a picture of my wife and I's grandfather, and he was catching a fish somewhere in New Jersey, and I was like, a Heavy Reel, and I just said it to her. She's like, yeah, that's cool, and we just went with it.
You and your wife have the same grandfather?
Huh? Oh no. But they were. When we tell stories about each other, they were like the same person. Like,
okay.
Old fisherman, but
it's like this is Jersey, not Kentucky.
Barrier Island Brewing, but there's already Barrier Brewing in New York, and Barrier Island Brewing is actually copyrighted by somebody in the world already. So, option 2 we went with, and just
why not Seaside Heights Brewing Company?
Boring.
I'm kidding. By the way, I'm just kidding.
It's also boring, but
right, exactly. So anyway, so who's that I hear in the background?
Is that your son, Jeff?
Yeah, he's still awake. Yeah, he's not falling asleep. Do you guys want to guest appearance? Because he's more than happy.
Bring him in.
Come on, Tails. Tails, you're a guest appearance on a podcast. Come on.
Taylor, come here.
Here he comes.
Come here. Watch out for the chips. Come on, Bubba. Come here.
Come here.
Be camera shy.
Mommy, we need some help.
Where is?
Let me see that.
Where is he?
Oh.
He does exist. He's making noises. Oh, he
There
hit
you go. It's actually just a recording on the ground, like they're
The
just
world
leaning
wants
in.
to see it.
There you go.
There he is.
There you go.
Staying up past his bedtime. Rocking and
Look at
rolling.
him.
Is it past your bedtime?
Do you
Is
see
it past your
yourself
bedtime?
in
What's his name? Taylor?
Yep.
Taylor.
I
Taylor.
like beer. I want beer. Oh, yeah?
Perfect.
You want beer?
Is that a frog on his PJs there?
It's Baby Shark. Show me your Baby,
Baby shark.
Yeah, Baby Shark. Please don't start singing.
Shark. Nothing Baby Shark.
Do it anyway.
Good.
A little do.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Bye.
All right.
Say bye.
Bye, Taylor.
Bye, Taylor.
Bye. There you go. Yeah.
So,
Even the mere mention of that song,
No, you're gonna
like for 3 hours, I'll be singing it in my mind.
he's back.
He's back.
He's back.
Yeah,
So does he have his top threes ready?
yeah, there he
His
is.
top threes. Oh God.
He likes.
He's a big fan of Roast's Bone from Twin Elephant. All right.
His top three is Baby Shark, Baby Shark, and Baby Shark.
and Baby
I
Shark.
think he
right.
said he's actually
Honorable mention,
a good fan of Grandma Shark.
Grandma Shark. There you go.
I like Grandma Shark.
Grandma Shark was something in her day.
She was a handsome woman back in the day.
Yes.
Yeah, he is a complete brewery baby though. Like loves going by the blow off
Shit.
tubes.
Oh, great. Now I did it too.
So
I also made a mess.
yeah, he's a brewery baby. He always wants to pour beer. He's a brewery baby.
There
So
you go.
is that a Red Sox logo on your glass there, Greg?
It is, but it's my brother's. I am a Mets fan. Greg, I don't think he's a baseball fan.
This was a glass that was given to me, and
It was the
as
glass
far
that was
as I'm
given to you.
concerned,
so.
it's just a
Oh, we've got nothing against the Sox.
No, but I mean, Jeff, as a Mets fan, you have to realize that. I mean, your second favorite team is always the Red Sox, right?
Yeah, I mean, I lived in Boston for a little while, so I don't. As long
I
as it's
got
not
it,
the
Taylor.
Yankees.
I got it.
There you go. All right, more on that in a minute, though. I actually got a couple other questions. So, all right, so let's talk about some of the beers we haven't, other than the passion fruit and
Banana.
and the banana sour. Let's talk about some of the beers. Now you're doing a lot of hazies, you're doing a lot of fruited sours, you're doing some pastry stouts. I'll throw one in that I had a couple of months ago, but you take the lead. Greg, Jeff, both of you talk about some of the beers you're doing.
So our big emphasis right off the bat was hitting the same stride.
Is that a puppy?
Oh yeah,
It's
we
a
got.
full-grown dog,
It's a zoo here. We got 2-year-olds, cats, dogs, fish, everything.
and
Yeah.
brewers. It's crazy.
Brewers, everything.
Oh,
It's full house.
I mean, I'm the loudest of all of them for
So
sure.
Jeff, who do you have to clean after more, the dog, the cat, or the kid, or the brewer?
Who do I clean
It's
after
really
more?
this the brewer the
It's
most.
the brewer. Yeah, that's got to be the brewer. Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty messy myself, so
So we, I think we started off the concept of the brewery hitting mostly fruited sours, IPAs, and then we did one lager that was a lemongrass ginger lager called Yukio. That
Nice.
Jeff was super proud of, just to have some kind of diversity on our taproom board.
Mhm.
What we found was that the Yukio sold very well. The IPAs sold pretty well, and the sours didn't sell very well at all because over the course of the summer, we had a lot of customers that were in there were of a very older demographic, not a craft beer demographic, and they were more of just like your broad scheme of people that wanted to come in and try a brewery for the first time.
Right.
And since then, we've matured a lot in recipe development and utilization of hops and figuring out exactly where we want our beers to be. And we're still experimenting quite a bit, but we hit a really nice balance where one third of our tap list is IPAs, 1/3 of our tap list is sours, and 1/3 of our tap list is traditional stuff. Because we want to make beers that we're going to drink. And honestly, I'd say that most of the stuff that we have on tap is what we want.
Okay.
Yeah,
that we like vacationing in some of our IPAs. I think the sours, it's kind of the same thing where we make something that's really cool, do a couple tastes, but what it comes down to, we just want to make sure that it's something that we really enjoy. And we've had a few customers that have come in, especially the last 2 weeks, where we've done a couple one-offs that people were really, really excited about. And then the more traditional stuff, which is something that we're really, really excited about because we build ourselves up because we don't make those beers as much. A lager is going to take a little bit more time than an IPA is going to take.
Sure.
Some of our English stuff is going to take a little bit longer than what our sours are going to take to make.
Right.
And we're not going to be making as much of those. So when new one comes around, we appreciate them a lot more. And those are really the beers that are going to get us through the day, let alone not necessarily a beer that at the end of the day we're like, this is going to be an impression beer, something that we're really excited to have. Where the IPAs and the sours are more in line with that.
Now, can we go back to the lager for a second? Yukio, named after the art form or the lifestyle Yukio?
So I think the meaning is like detached from the modern world. Like that was like I think the original meaning for that beer, which we just kind of, when we named it, kind of dug like just like a kind of free living type being. We kind of just named it that and went with it. That's also like one of my favorite styles of beers, Japanese rice lagers.
Sure.
And we just had one last week. No, I ask because, as you can tell, I kind of like things.
Yeah.
Japanese stuff. And Yukio is.
So what's Yukio to you?
To me, it's the art form, the woodblock art form. And I love Yukio art. This is kind of in the
that's
style.
what Yukio block art form is. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So, but it was also it is a philosophy in Japan. You said that it's kind of that detachment, but there's also it's an urban detachment and a little bit of hedonism thrown in there.
Hedonism.
Oh yeah, and it actually originated in the
Seaside Heights, right?
In the brothel districts, which I guess
it originated in Sandals Paradise Island. And,
yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah, the pushing and the shoving, the pushing and the shoving. There you go.
So what are the core beers? The names of your core beers now?
So
is Yukio still?
We just have two right now.
Okay.
It's just Drowning Clown and Island Beach Lager.
Island Beach Lager.
Okay.
Those two are your consistents. Those are your cores. Those are always available.
So our basic philosophy on those is that for IPAs, we're going to make a lot of IPAs because they're very popular.
Yep.
We obviously love to drink them too.
Yeah, I would say
but we want the Drowning Clown to be our barometer. That if we change something with a base recipe, we change something with the dry hopping rate, we change something with the brewing salts, we want to make sure that that's where it happens first, and we know what we're dealing with later on. So that if we make some huge adjustments in some of our further IPAs beyond that, we have some idea of where they're going, rather than just making some bullshit IPA every single time where it's like, oh, the IPA, the recipe is exactly the same, or we change this and that. We want to be a little bit more calculated than that and say, like, all right, we want to see what a more heavily weeded IPA will be.
Well, I just opened a bullshit.
What's
IPA.
this dry hopping rate going to do? And then for our lagers, Island Beach Lager is kind of the same thing, where we're testing what our water chemistry is season to season. We're making sure that we're adjusting appropriately and making something that's going to be very easily drinkable, because that's why we like to drink lagers. We want them to be super interesting. We're super proud of this last batch of Island Beach Lager. And I think that's kind of where we're going to land as far as water chemistry, hops, and grist are involved. And we're going to use that as our projection for where we go forward.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, so I would say if you followed Heavy Reel since day one, we were like always anti-flagships or whatever you want to call it. But if you've seen us grow over the past 3 years into kind of a new business, I would say that's where we decided, all right, we need like Greg said, a barometer for our IPAs and for our lagers. So right now, Drowning Cloud and Island Beach Lager are the two that are always on our brew schedule that, are our best sellers for distro, taproom too. And it's kind of, I've kind of learned over the past couple of years that you kind of do need, two beers that you get somebody that comes in once a week. They want consistency.
Right. Sure.
Which is always fun with us because even with being consistent, we still on Drowning Cloud and Island Beach, we'll make tweaks that we know, but I don't know if the average person knows. But I think we, batch to batch, we are always still improving.
Tweaking here and there, getting the stuff. Yeah. Just dialing it in. And right.
Like just when we think we're like, all right, this is it. We're like, nah, fuck it. Let's add this or decrease this or change this. But
I guess don't get me wrong. There's still batches here and there that will just completely go completely haywire with. But for the most part, we use those as our figures for saying that this is where we want our lagers to go. This is where we want our IPAs to go.
Gotcha.
And then figuring out things out from there.
Dave, you just opened a beer, I heard.
Yeah. I opened a bullshit IPA.
A bullshit IPA?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Nice. What kind of bullshit IPA?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, wrong thing.
Wrench.
There you go. Oh, wrench.
Oh, well, we're wrench.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So drinking out of one of my favorite glasses.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if I can put a New York beer in a New Jersey glass.
Put a New York beer in a New Jersey, drink local New Jersey glass.
No, this actually comes from a store in Morristown called Turn It Around.
Oh, look at that.
Just Jersey right there on 124 Main Street, whatever.
Yeah.
South
Street.
Right there on South.
Right
near the.
He's drinking out of a Christmas gift glass.
You're talking a 2-4.
No. Bought that myself.
Oh shit! Gifted to himself.
Yeah, he gifted it to himself.
And it was a just because of me.
Gift. It was just you got yourself your own gift. You felt good about yourself and you wanted to get something just for you.
No occasion I was rewarded.
Because you're good enough, you're smart enough, and doggone it, people like you. There you go.
Yes.
Have you had a Twin Elephant True Believer out of that glass?
No, I should probably get one of those.
Oh, because that's the ultimate.
I'm gonna put up. Here's
that's
my
the Jersey collab there, right?
There you go.
Bouncing Souls, Twin Elephant,
drink local,
just Jersey, drink local.
Here's my.
Absolutely.
Forget about it.
Here's my next. Forget about it. Yeah. Here's my next beer.
We can't see it. There we go.
There you go.
There you go. Maybe a shake.
So what did you guys think? So just the
Jersey
thing.
Hold on. I was doing this for a reason.
I've got a question.
There's a setup here.
I was setting it up. While I pour this beer, obviously this is a series, correct?
Yep.
So why don't you talk about that series? Since we're talking about flagships, talk about the series. You're not doing flagships, but you're doing some series.
So
Dave, remember your question. Sorry.
That series started specifically because we started doing thick, our fruited sour series, and we wanted that series to be a mixture of fruits, either single fruit or combo fruit with Barnegat Bay sea salt and our sour.
I think you do the whole entire story.
Where do you get Barnegat Bay sea salt from?
There's a company that harvests it, so we get it locally. And then
very cool.
We wanted to, branch out and adjunct it more. So like the sweeter type of sours where you put marshmallow in and different types of adjuncts. So that's how the Love brand started. We started it, I think, Valentine's Day. So probably 2 years to the day. We did our first, it was like an ice cream raspberry sour. And it kind of just took off from there. It was like one of our highest rated beers. So we started, the Love series. It was just supposed to be a one-time Valentine's Day thing. And then we just kept exploring, the sweeter, more adjuncted sours. And that's how Love became its own brand.
There you go.
And I would say it's probably more popular than thick now.
I think so.
So
even though, like, in my heart of hearts, I still like the thick brand better, but
still like the thick brand better.
Not really what I want.
for later on, remember the whole concept of having a series of beers as your fruited your fruited
Yes,
sour.
we have two. We have
Fruited
thick
sour,
and
so-
love. Yeah.
Thick and love. So fruited sour is foreshadowing. It's foreshadowing. But we keep coming back to that.
Yeah.
I just realized something. So this beer is.
And Dr.
Oh wait.
Is he a hound of some sort?
Is he all right?
Yeah. He's kind of hound.
Blue tick.
A blue tick.
blue
hound.
tick.
Blue
Oh,
tick
they're
hound.
they're
Blue tick
beautiful.
That's where the red fern grows, right?
Good lights on.
Really?
There you go.
Which one? On the inside? Oh shit!
There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have the couch with us.
All right. And we're back.
Everything good.
And we're
No one
back.
break in.
All right. So I'll say this before while Greg's away really quick. Not necessarily beer related, but kind of in a way. Okay. So this love that I'm drinking here, orange creamsicle. It's an orange beer. You'd say it's an orange beer, right, Jeff? It's orange. Okay. So it's orange, and I'm drinking it
Right
in
up for
and I'm drinking it in a Rheingeist brewery glass. So we'll call this a tribute to the Bengals season. How's this right there? So losing the Super Bowl,
Dude,
but
I was 7 yards away rushing from Joe Burrow to winning like $250.
Oh, I thought you were 7 yards shy rushing yourself.
Yeah.
Then Joe Burrow rushed. So
I needed I think 11.5 rushing yards, and I think he had like 3 or 4 yards. I'm like, God damn it, man.
One of my vendors was, if they had not missed that extra point, he would have wound up with I think he said $3,500.
nice.
I mean, that's the fun of New Jersey sports betting, though. You know,
Sure.
But
Exactly.
I don't go crazy. I bet $25 for the entire game. So,
No.
Oh,
I
I
go crazy. I was
PJ
in,
Windows pool.
I was in PJ's pool now. I was in a few box pools.
Yeah, I won $20 in the box.
Yeah, I made no donations this year.
There you go.
So-
Yeah, because I've been playing box pools since I was in high school, and I've never missed a Super Bowl and a few others, but mainly the Super Bowl. I've never missed a Super Bowl, playing at least 2, if not more. I have, and I'm not shitting anybody when I say this, never won in a box pool.
I mean,
Ever. And I started playing them when I was in high school. All right.
Hard.
I'm not my 20s.
That long ago.
That long ago, right.
Yeah.
87 years ago.
Shorter than you, Dave. But
Now, speaking of the Super Bowl, everybody that I know from Jersey went ape shit over that Chevy commercial
oh yeah.
where they just drove through New Jersy.
Sure.
What's
Well,
wrong?
it was
Yeah.
it was the Sopranos opening.
I remember saying to my brother, I'm like, this is like a new spinoff of Sopranos. And he's like, I guarantee it's going to be a car commercial.
They started
Lo
off.
and behold,
It started off right here.
Yeah. Well, it's the Sopranos opening. It's that whole sequence was the Sopranos opening,
Yeah.
except at the very end where they wind up at bars
Yep.
down in the Highlands,
Yeah.
and it was Jamie Lynn Sigler.
Makes
She
me
was
never want to buy a
she was
Chevy.
Meadow Soprano. Right.
Yeah, I was never.
Have
a
you
fan of
noticed
Sopranos.
every single car commercial on the Super Bowl was an electric car commercial?
Yes,
Yeah.
Every single car commercial was an electric car commercial.
they
So,
were.
Oh,
I
big
thought-
time.
I thought the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Salma Hayek
was
pretty
cute.
good too. That was
That was
good.
cute.
I thought that was
There's-
hilarious. But
Don't
also,
forget,
I
don't forget to
know
walk
the
Peggy.
electric
I
car.
like that.
You kidding me?
And then there was the one that started off with a slam on Tesla.
Yes.
That was the new electric car company.
Right.
Made fun of them right off the
I didn't
bat.
see it. I don't know if I saw that.
So yeah, there was a few, and then there was the one with
I don't have
Eugene
the money
Levy,
to buy a bicycle. How am I going to buy an electric car?
electric car. Yeah, so anyway, all right.
You should ask for a raise, Greg.
What?
Yeah, what do you think?
You got it. You got
Greg, guess your boss for a raise.
I'm on the air.
On the air. Put him on the spot right now. So, all right. What's in store? What's coming up for the brewery? Beers. We'll start with beers. What new beers are coming up on the horizon that you want to talk about anyway? You know, if there's anything you're keeping under
How
wraps.
far do
it's
you want
fine.
to go into the future? Next release, that's it?
The future, Conan.
We have I'll give a little tidbit. We have a collab with Dewey coming up at the end of this month that we're releasing. It's going to be a Blue Hawaiian inspired sour. For our anniversary in April, we have a couple variants of Drowning Clown that are coming out. Some of them have been brewed before with other breweries. Some of them haven't. So that's a big release for our anniversary.
Yeah, the next 2 months are going to be relatively exciting gearing up for the summer. We're trying to excite people in New Jersey a little bit more about the sour game. We're not trying to throw it in people's faces, but we know that the Eastern Pennsylvania crew, and then arbitrarily it seems like Northwestern New York loves fruited sours.
Mm-hmm.
We don't understand why New Jersey hasn't gotten into the game, into that hiking.
We're just double IPA drinkers here.
Yeah, right.
But we love making beers that we like to drink. So
don't forget pastry stouts, Jeff.
What's coming up? Like Jeff said, we've got the Dewey Collab. We're gonna do another sour, one IPA, and then a couple lagers, and then for the anniversary, we've got we're calling the Clowniversary.
Clowniversary, there you go.
So we're going to do a batch of Mega Clown, which will be our second triple IPA at that point.
Mega Clown.
Yeah, so it'll be 10.5% Drowning Clown, Citra Mosaic. Pretty simple recipe, but I think people are the palate for triple IPAs is building. Not like people are getting a case at a time, but they're getting a 4-pack at a time, and it's impressing them.
Well, it depends on the triple IPA you're talking about too, right? I mean, you're doing a triple New England is one thing. If you're doing a triple,
no, we're going to do a tripel. We're thinking about going Belgian with this one.
So when we say
it's a Citra Mosaic Belgian IPA.
when we say IPA, everything is a New England IPA. We just don't really refer.
of course, no, I'm of course, no, I'm just saying, like, you're not doing 120
Yeah.
is my point. You're
You
not,
guys, if anybody drinks Heavy Reel, they know all our IPAs are hazy. We just don't ever acknowledge that.
You know what? What's funny, and I was just talking about this the other day. Me and a couple people were just talking about this the other day. It's getting to the point now where when you say IPA, it's almost a foregone conclusion it's a New England, right?
Yeah.
If you're making a West Coast, you have to call it a West Coast. If you're making just a regular IPA, not a West Coast by any means, but not a New England, you have to say it somewhere because you can't.
So for our clear,
What does Wrench say?
What is
It says
what?
New England IPA.
Wrench is a New England.
No, I was about to pull it up. It says
What does it say?
Hazy.
yeah,
IPA.
see,
Hazy India Pale
So
Ale.
they will not call it New England because it's not brewed there. So they
we
call it
say
hazy.
American IPA for semi-hazy. We say West Coast for clear, and we say New England for hazy IPA.
Full
That's
on
the only
hazy.
three
Well,
IPAs we have.
what Jason is saying at Icarus, he's calling everything Northeast, not New England. He says Northeast.
Yeah,
So-
Still
I know,
NE.
that's his MO, so we can't steal it. So we also say fuck New England, and we just don't. We're offer anything as a New England.
Says the guy sitting next to the guy drinking out of a Red Sox.
A Red
glass.
Sox glass.
Again, that's my brother who works at Icarus. So if you want to
Oh no,
shame Icarus,
That's great.
There we go. Go
right.
Sox.
I will tell you this.
Go Sox.
Caroline.
Bum, bum, bum. All right. I did have a few months ago. You guys did field notes. That was fantastic. That was really tasty. And one thing that I just actually couldn't get enough of when you did it, and I think actually it was still on top when I was there
please say
a week and a
Simcoe.
half ago. What's that?
I said, please say Simcoe.
No, well, I didn't have it, but
You do a Simcoe. Nice.
I moved through Shadow.
Nice, yeah. That's
Yeah, that was-
this guy's beer right here.
That was special. I'm
I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
I am a Schwarzbier whore.
He,
So,
well,
and with the Schwartz beers and all of the dark check lagers that have been coming out, I've been
We call ourselves Schwarz.
Schwarz. I like that Schwarz.
We're
the
Schwarz.
May the Schwarz
May
be
the
with you.
Schwarz be with you. There you go.
Yeah, we're Schwarz.
And I had pine tones the other day. It was the end of it. It was getting low or whatever, so it was a little more piney. It
Definitely got a little bit. Where'd you grab it from?
there at the brewery.
Oh, nice. That's very local. Nice.
It was very local.
Hyper local.
I think it was Friday while
Yeah,
Jeff
it's a little
was
too
putting
local.
together
I
the
was
air
gonna say
compressor.
something
So.
different next time.
While Jeff was putting together the air compressor, I was drinking.
The only way to get in there more local is drinking off the break.
Nice.
I'll say,
Little Saturday action.
I love that beer. That's definitely going to come back next.
Yeah,
love
probably in the same exact iteration. I don't think that we might change one thing about it, but that's pretty much it. I think it would probably stay the same. We like the pine character, and that will definitely be.
That was really nice. That was really tasty.
One thing.
All right. But we're talking about fruited sours, and we've been foreshadowing it all night. So why don't we do our top 3 list?
All right.
Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Everybody?
You guys go first.
We go first.
You guys are still thinking.
No, we'll go first.
We usually let the guests go first.
Well, let's put it here. Reason we do top 3 really quick. I'll let you know. It's not anything I told you, or whatever. But reason we do top 3s is when Dave and I first started the podcast, we did it for first couple months. We did it was just Dave and I. So we want to do a top something list or whatever, and we decided we wanted to pay homage to 1933, right? The repeal of Prohibition. 33, 3-3. It was 2 of us. So
but the main reason,
and the main reason is because if we do a top 10 list, it would take way too long. And we wind up doing
our top 3s
turned into 4 or 5 anyway. So our top 3 list tonight is over some long debate today. We decided to go with top 3 favorite fruited sours. Top 3 favorite fruited sours. So let's let the guests kick it off. Either one of you.
I think Greg is still researching.
All right. So do you want like the specific beer or brewery?
The beer and the brewery.
All right,
this
so
beer from this brewery or whatever. Yeah,
I will go. Not in any 1, 2, 3. Just
no worries.
Top 3.
Okay.
The Smoochie series, any Smoochie series from Imprint, is definitely up there for me. Those guys gave us a huge start in this industry. All of those Smoochie sours, I dig as a sour drinker myself. Awesome beer. Number 2. I hate saying it. It was a collab with us and Ingenious, but they brewed it. So, like, on brew day, I didn't do jack shit, but that sour they did from Houston, Texas. Awesome beer. So, Ingenious Brewing.
Do you have a number 3?
I do have a number 3.
What was the name? What was the name of the beer?
It was Fruit with Friends. So we have it on tap at our place now. Peach Passion Fruit Parfait. Our version's a little bit different. Their version was just one of the best sour. They sent us a half keg of it for the collab, and we drank it, and it was to date one of my favorite sours I've ever had. We tried to replicate the magic, and it just fell short a little bit. Whatever they did down there was super good.
Oh, maybe it was that good Texas water.
Yeah, probably. Whatever they did, it was awesome brewery, awesome guys. One of the best collabs I've ever had, even though I don't like, boosting our own brand. That beer was really good. And then I would say the Jamba series from Fourscore is always pretty solid too. Ben's doing some awesome stuff down there. Really tight with those guys. And I would say if I had to pick one of the Jamba series, they did a peaches and cream. That was top notch.
Nice. All right. Greg?
He's
still debating. Should we cue the music?
But he's not really a fruited sour drinker to start. So
But it's not to say that I don't enjoy them. I think Hudson Valley out of Beacon, New York does a great job. Animal Balloon is my favorite. I think they have a lot of other iterations that have a lot more hype and a lot more popularity, but Animal Balloon is one of the first I had from them, and I will, I will enjoy it for a long time to come.
Gotcha.
I think that I also very much enjoy the Dream series from Burley Oak.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I can't pinpoint a specific one, but anytime I've had it, I think that it's been very well executed. And I think that they do a super good job of coalescing different flavors, and whether it's a pastry sour or something that's just straight fruit, that they do a really good combination of everything. And then also I gotta say, there's a brewery out of Philly that's doing amazing things all around the board. Human Robot.
Love Human Robot.
Yeah, their lagers are unbelievable. IPAs are great, and then their sours I think will getting one out of the sour game and into lagers, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think I had any sours when I was there, but did a milk tube.
Oh, how can you not? How
can you
can
not,
you not? Yeah, we're good friends with the crew at the Seed, and I know that they're really good buddies with everybody at Human Rope. And when I went, there was no way that I wasn't milk tube.
Yeah,
Either way,
just got to do one while you're there.
Great beer all around, and whether the beer was good or not, the people are even better. So how can you beat it?
And I hear the sandwiches there are fantastic.
You didn't have one?
We were all pretty hungover after wedding.
No.
I have heard that the sandwiches are unbelievable too.
When I'm down in Philly, I have to.
We got Il Cielo when we were there. The Italian pills, unbelievable, and anything I've had from them has been unbelievable since then.
Yeah, when I'm in Philly, the first and usually only because I'm so full from it sandwich I have to get is at the Nick's in the Reading Market. Yeah, the Italian roast pork with the sharp provolone and broccoli rabe.
What do you
get?
That's roast pork or
the roast pork.
It's roast pork broccoli rabe. That's the sandwich you get, right?
Roast pork broccoli rabe. Yep.
Last
time I was there, I got the actual sweet peppers on it, which was a mistake, but still so full from it that we couldn't get a sandwich.
You couldn't get anything else. You can't get anything else here.
Nah.
Oh, that's why you were full that you couldn't eat a human robot.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go.
I went to Dinnick's first.
There you go.
You gotta go to Dinnick's.
There you go. All right. You're up.
Who's going to complain about that? You're going to get a great sandwich. You're going to get some great beer afterwards.
Exactly.
Yep. I got some great beer right after a great sandwich.
There you go.
And you know what? We carried that sandwich because Carrie didn't finish her. She still had half of hers left, and she didn't want to give it up. But we went in to see a concert, and the Fillmore would not let her in with the sandwich.
So you ate it?
No, we were so full because we had just gotten
30 miles back to New Jersey.
No, we actually had gone to the Source and ate at the Source, who recently opened there, and we actually wound up having to throw the thing away.
Oh.
Well, we Ubered there. The car was so far away. What were we going to do? Hide it somewhere?
Eat it.
Oh, no.
I was too damn full.
Hey, you got to eat it.
Eat in the car.
All right. No, I said we Ubered.
Stand outside the Fillmore and eat it.
We had walked there. We had walked from Human Robot to Source to the Fillmore.
There you go.
So
anyway, all right, Dave.
How long was that?
That was probably.
So you have to make your picks. Sour,
so we hit
whatever.
Threes.
Top three.
Okay, so the fruit is actually I've gone 4 on this one because
I've got 5. So you can.
I want to talk about top 3 beers they actually like.
No, these beers I love. So these are my top 4 fruited sours, and rather than doing 1, 2, 3, 4, I've actually done 4, and I've kind of broken it down. So I broke it down to a Jersey one.
Did you break it down into 4? Because it sounds like that's what you're doing.
That's what I'm doing. So New Jersey, Zigmeister has a series.
I cracked the code.
There you
go. We talked to you earlier about people have you guys have a series of fruited sours. Zig's got a series of fruited sours.
Breweries.
He calls it the Sundial series. Navicula was my favorite.
You had to put your sundials on for it.
Yeah, because I've scribbled it down because I can't remember the name of the damn thing. But it's Navicula. It's grapefruit and lime. So that one's a beautiful thing. Zigmeister. Zigmeister up in Hackettstown. So they do one.
Silence.
Up in then I lived in Rhode Island for a year, and I lived 4 blocks away from a brewery called Smug. And their series of kettle sours, fruited kettle sours, was called Fruits of Our Labor. Fruits of Our Labor? That doesn't sound right.
Fruits of Our Labor.
No, be fruitful and multiply.
Be fruitful.
Yeah. And they did a black currant kettle sour, which was just absolutely fantastic. I brought John a can of it. Mm-hmm. I bought so much of it that I think I wound up having to pour about 7 of them that had gone bad because I held them so long.
It was so good. That beer was ridiculous.
That was so damn good. Mm-hmm. New York.
That's how good it was.
Yeah.
I had to dump it all down
I had to dump a bunch because it went bad on me because I had bought so damn much of it I couldn't drink it all.
There you go.
In New York, let's face it, Grimm does some great sours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. I love Super Sap. One of my favorite, or Super Spruce is one of my favorite sours
Nope,
of all time, for sure.
He didn't name it. Doesn't.
Right.
Rainbow Dome was my favorite that I had there. And there must be a theme here because that's grapefruit as well. And then I had to throw in one for the rest of the world. Let's get out of those 3 states, go to the rest of the world. It's a little story behind this one. What was it, about 4 or 5 years ago? No, almost 5 years ago.
It was this April was 5 years ago. Yeah,
5 years ago, it was my 50th birthday, and we did a brewery crawl of Queens and Brooklyn.
great day.
It culminated at Spite and Dival.
Mm-hmm. Well, for you, it culminated at Spite and Dival.
Yeah, you guys went on August.
Not
well,
bad.
but first,
What? Ended.
not bad. But so the rule was I wasn't allowed to buy any of the beers. And we're sitting at Spite and Dival, and everyone's ordering beers. I'm starting to get a little impatient and annoyed because they're not ordering the beer that I would order that was up on there. Yeah. So I actually got the bartenders.
Of course, you wouldn't tell anybody that was the beer he wanted. He just
because everyone's all beer nerds trying. We're getting there.
He's getting there.
So I get the bartender's attention, slip him my credit card, tell him what I want. He puts it down. No one knows I've ordered it to this point. We all start drinking it, and they're like, "My God, this beer's fantastic!" And it was, and again, I got to put these on because I wrote it down because I always forget stuff.
Write it bigger.
Yeah, bigger. So it was Alvini's Wild. It was Alvini's Wild West Grape from 2015. It was fantastic. And probably my favorite fruited sour I think I've ever had.
It was pretty spectacular. Mm-hmm. It was pretty spectacular.
Amazing. So those are my 4 for my top 3. And John, you said you're going to go 5.
If you're having a fruited sour,
well, no, I got
Spite and Dill, I don't think it counts as your contemporary fruited sour.
Contemporary, no, but still.
Because there's no
sour.
way it's a Belgian fruited sour.
Was it on the level of like being compared to like a Smoochie series from Imprint? No, but it was still a fruited sour of sorts.
Versus
right.
A top 3, nonetheless. I can't argue with that.
All right.
It was,
I didn't know that was part of it.
It was the 4th of my top 3, so it was an outlier.
It was an outlier. He wanted to mention it because it was such a good beer that he had that day. It was a special day for him. It was his birthday pub crawl, and So anyway, all right. I will rattle off mine as quickly as possible. Everything you guys have mentioned, all those series of beers are amazing. The couple that Dave had, I didn't put those on mine. A couple of ones that Dave had, 2 of them I've had, obviously. One with him and one because of him. But I didn't put them on mine, obviously, because he had them on his. So I'll throw it down. I got a couple honorable mentions really quick. One, I'll just say I actually just had the other day because last Tuesday I was up at Common Roots up in Glens Falls, New York. And I brought back a blueberry and pomegranate Tasteful Deception. It's their fruited kettle sour. And it was pretty damn good.
Did you pour it over your acai bowl?
I poured it over my acai bowl. Absolutely. And another one I want to say is Abjuration Brewing out in Pittsburgh. They're doing a lot of sours out there, a lot of fruited sours out there, to the point where they're doing so many. The one in particular that I had that I thought was the best was called Fruited Sour FS version 1.16. So that was it. So, but those are my own mentions.
What do you guys look for? What do you guys look for in your fruited sours?
Grapefruit flavor.
Yeah.
What do you enjoy about the fruited sours that you enjoy?
I want the fruit to taste like the fruit.
Yes.
I don't want the fruit to taste like
That's number one.
Used. I mean, however you do it, however it's used or whatever, it's used properly. If it tastes like the fruit, then that's
number one. Number 2 is the sourness. You don't want it.
Do you
to
think
the point
that it
where
matters
vinegar.
what you taste like, or what the fruit actually tastes like?
What the fruit actually tastes like.
What the fruit actually tastes like. I want it to taste like the fruit that's in it.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that black currant I thought was so fantastic. It tasted like black currants. And third, I want it to be clean.
Yeah.
You know, when you drink, as long as John and I have been
when you say
drinking beer.
What do you mean?
This is what I'm trying to explain. When you drink as long as John and I have, you can
not just today.
Not just today. Yeah. You tend to be able to identify there was a flaw in the brewing process here. Something went wrong with this beer. There's either like a bad aftertaste to it. There's an off flavor to it. So you want it clean. You want it the flavors that you were going for the beer to stand out.
Brewed correctly.
To taste more like fruit.
To taste more like fruit. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Right. My top three.
It's like more like fruit. The expression of the fruit there that's going to be in the beer.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Those two that I mentioned before are just a couple honorable mentions I want to throw in there. I'm not going to throw Common Roots' beer into my top three. It was the first time I had any kettle sour from them, much less that one. Literally the other day. So, but I wanted to mention it because it was very good. It was really tasty. It was spot on. It was very well done.
I've heard
but
great
the other
things
three,
about Common Roots.
They're
good things about them, for sure.
Absolutely. But my top three are from Almanac Beer Company. Cranberry Orange Berliner is fantastic.
Classic.
From Upland in Bloomington, Indiana, Revive is really tasty. And my number one, you kind of stole my thunder a little bit there, Greg. Burley Oak, the Dream Series, but specifically the Triple Berry Dream that they did was absolutely ridiculous.
Nice.
Insane.
They're smiths in what they do.
Oh, sure.
With all the blending and fruit and flavors and sour bases, it's just the right amount of tart with, like you guys were saying, you want to taste the true fruit. It's just, they do an excellent job. Really excellent.
Oh, yeah. And as everybody that does watch or listen to the show knows, we try not to, or at least Dave and I, we try not to put any beers on our list that might have been able to be referred to on our list from the brewery that's on the show that night. But I will give you kudos to this because this is pretty damn tasty. I'm drinking an orange creamsicle. I'm drinking an orange creamsicle, and that's exactly and everything we just said. It's clean. It tastes like an orange creamsicle. There's not so much vanilla. It's smacking you in the face. It's like the perfect balance between them. It's given me a really perfect orange flavor. I'm really digging this. So I'm no smoke by any means. I'm just giving you kudos. Very, very tasty. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So appreciated.
We try brew sours that are still sour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's the right amount of sour too. I'm not like
Yeah, you don't want it.
Oh my God!
You don't want it vinegar.
It's not vinegar. It's done right. So kudos, cheers to you on that one. All right. Well, that's our top three list for the night. Actually got a couple questions we didn't talk about before, really quick. We said future plans. We went over beers, but what's coming up in the future? You want to throw it out there right here on the brewery? Start with events. What events are coming up at the brewery? Coming up soon.
So in the next month, we've got the Polar Plunge in Seaside Heights, which is going to be huge.
They're doing it in March this year.
Anybody, what's that?
They're doing it in March this year because it usually was the second weekend of February.
No, Seaside it should be February 26th.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
February 20th. So it's within the next month, not
so
next month. It's within the next month, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so it is next week.
There you go.
And
Next
then
weekend. A week from Saturday, yeah.
In 2 weeks, we'll be celebrating, a little of the Irish. Well, actually, in 3 weeks, we'll be celebrating a little bit of the Irish Riviera with the St. Patrick's Day parade.
There you go.
And, which is
what date's the St. Patrick's Day parade in Seaside?
Means more than just getting drunk.
Absolutely.
March 15th.
Yep.
March 15th. There you go. You're doing March 15th.
Are you guys doing a? Are you guys doing a stout
we're brewing an Irish red ale for the event.
Very nice.
Yep, we're brewing an Irish red ale for the event. We got a couple English beers too.
I assure you, the red ale won't be green. It's just a traditional, good Irish red ale. We don't do the green gimmick.
It's an Irish green ale.
Some of the bars.
It depends how
Thank
much
you for that. Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
Oh, you got to have an Irish red. I mean, Irish. Yeah.
No, just traditional, good, slightly roasty.
I can assure you, I will bring food coloring to turn any beer green that somebody wants to turn.
That somebody
No,
wants. Yeah.
please do not.
I will. I will definitely do
There
it.
you go. What else?
I will be the one to make it happen.
There you go.
And then after that,
Anniversary.
we got the anniversary coming up in April. At the end
The
of
clown
April.
anniversary.
So keep an eye on Instagram. It's April 26th. We've got we're gonna call it the clown anniversary. We're gonna do a whole bunch of different variations on collabs we've done in the past. Release them all at one time. Invite everyone to come down to the brewery before the year gets crazy.
Very nice. Very nice. Awesome. And any other regular events? I mean, I heard you had open mic night last week.
Yeah, we tried that out the first time. We got trivia coming up.
For
wait,
the
wait,
Polar
wait.
Plunge that is this weekend. So Polar Plunge is this weekend. Kyle Ahern is playing that night, and he wanted me to let everyone know that O'Doyle rules.
O'Doyle rules. There you go.
I don't know what it means, but he told me to let everyone know that O'Doyle rules.
I thought mid-high football rules. No, never mind. Same movie.
Well,
anyway.
I can only follow what Kyle Ahern tells me.
Kyle
He's
Ahern,
a celebrity. He's in Revolution.
Yeah,
Don't tell people I said that.
And then, if I'm wrong, I think we're doing trivia twice in March.
You're doing trivia twice in March? Yeah, I heard that trivia is very good.
I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I think so.
I hear the host, on the other hand,
we make it pretty easy.
Too old.
Nah, the host is good. The host is a good guy.
No, I heard it's pretty easy.
It's a fun night. I've heard.
You've heard.
I've heard.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
we love it.
Any plans down the road for the brewery itself? Not just events like more expansion, whatever. What your anything you want to let out?
Upgrading the stools.
Upgrading the stools.
I'm actually I'm thinking about becoming more of a curmudgeon. I'm thinking about getting a little bit more curmudgeon-y.
I like that. That would be a great name for a beer.
People are going to ask me questions and be like, fuck you. I'm going to trim my beard a little bit, but I'm also going to have something to throw at them too, like a little bit of coal or like chewing tobacco. I'm not exactly sure what it'll be. It might be EKG hops. That could be a suggestion too.
When you trim your beard, will you use the trimmings for a beer?
Oh no, I'll only use those for good.
Yeah, exactly.
Homebrews mostly.
Homebrews, absolutely. All right. Anything else you guys want to put out there? Mention to anybody? Anything we forgot that you want to say?
I just want to know if the beer samurai is actually a samurai.
Get your sword.
I have a sword. It's wooden.
It's wooden.
Because I really not very good with it.
Yes, there you go.
So, I'm more apt to hurt myself than anybody else.
He tried to do a couple of those videos, like from John Belushi and SNL. Just didn't go too well. So
I tried to cut a sandwich with this. It didn't work.
It just smushed the sandwich and everything shot out the sides. Yeah. But anyway. So yes, he's an honest to goodness. He's an honest to goodness beer samurai, is what he is. There you go.
Nice. I can cut beer with this.
Absolutely, you can cut beer with it. Okay. All right. So all right.
Other than that, just go Tigers.
There you go. And as far you know what? There you go. You're a Mets fan. Any predictions on this season there, Jeff?
We're going to suck.
What's that?
No hope. Doesn't matter how much money you spend, we're still going to suck.
Really? You have no faith in anything that has been done?
DeGrom's going to get hurt. The Grom and Serger are going to pitch probably 20 games combined, and we're going to be sub 500, guaranteed. Mark my words.
That is spoken like a true Mets fan right there.
Spoken like a true Mets fan.
I mean, it's the truth. It's what's going to happen.
There you
Go
go.
Tigers.
There you go. And really quick, got two comments on here I just want to say. One, Chuck Aaron just said, death by 1,000 splinters. That was your...
Oops.
See what I mean?
Right
Right there.
I can hold it so well.
Death by 1,000
that's
splinters.
Jersey
There
Girl
you go.
Chuck.
Jersey Girl Chuck. There he is.
What's up, Chuck boy?
There you go. And then there you go. And Doug Smith says Smug is excellent with local and great excellent local with great sours. Traderade, a key lime sour as a shot at Tom Brady leaving New England. Yes, that beer was good too. Traderade. Dave.
Is that Smug?
I'm not sure what he's done. That was Smug that he mentioned before with the black currant sour.
And not only is it wasn't actually Tom Brady leaving that they brewed that for. It's when Gronk came out of retirement
And went down.
to go. So they're advertising at it. They had a cutout of Gronk,
Right.
and they actually had him in the brewery, and they used that on their Instagram. So it was actually more the Gronk thing than the Brady
Then the
retirement.
Brady thing.
Yeah, that's what really set them off on it. And if I had known that this would be commented, I would have worn my Traderade shirt. I do have one.
There you go.
And they've had to brew that. The thing about Smug is they brew something. A lot of times it's rare that they'll rebrew. They've had to brew that 3 times now.
Yeah, because people are questioning it. There you go. Chuck Aaron wanted to answer your question there. He said he's living it up in Flanders, he said.
I'm jealous. Flanders Crossing, shout out. Flanders Crossing, shout out. My
There you
homeboys
go.
in Route 206.
There you go.
He knows it up there.
Tell them that I a couple of times.
Been caught shoplifting at Ames, Route 206.
The marketplace looks better.
There you go. That's
Our
awesome.
place
All right.
might be in business or not.
Nice.
Shout out, homeboys.
I gotta love it. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thank you for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. It was a good show tonight, and thanks for taking the time out and coming on the show. Don't go anywhere. Stick around for a second. I'm going to do the sign-off, then we're going to end the show, but we'll chat for a second after the show's done. So stay where you are.
You're allowed to heckle the sign-off.
You can heckle the sign-off.
Yeah,
there you
heckle
go.
the
So we'll wrap the show up for today. On this note, we want to thank everybody for watching. And for those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thanks for listening. Don't forget to visit our website, www.lagerroom.com. That's LAGERROOM.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our YouTube channel. All of them
West
are at
Coast.
The Lager Room. And remember, we go live with the video podcast on both Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday night, usually around 6:30 Eastern Time. We had a special time tonight. But for
We
those of
never
you,
go off at 6:30.
I said around.
We
Around.
never.
Well, sometimes we do.
What the average is?
Two weeks ago, we were at 6:33. We started 2 weeks ago.
33. I think our average, we've probably
6:40 is
Well,
usual.
maybe
6:40.
twice out of
Buffalo
70.
Wild Wings.
Twice out of 70.
Can I finish, please? Thank
An
you.
entire
All right.
Yeah,
smart code.
For those of you who want to just listen to the audio podcast, you can
No,
do
you
this
said
on
that we
Apple
can't do
Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Amazon
Oh,
Music
yeah, continue
Podcasts,
to heckle.
and iHeartRadio as well. Anyway, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds, and you'll never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Guys, thank you so much for coming on again. Really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. Drink a lot of beer, but drink responsibly, and we will talk to you soon, guys. Take care. Cheers.
Out. No, we
See
ain't
ya.
out yet. We ain't out yet.